Hi guys, welcome to Pharmacology Shorts. This is the third lecture on drugs acting on renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. In this session, we are discussing angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors, or in short ACE inhibitors. In this lecture, we are covering introduction, angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor drugs, pharmacokinetics, mechanism of action, uses and side effects, drug interactions, contraindications and precautions of ACEI drugs. ACE inhibitors are the first line drugs used in case of hypertension associated with diabetes mellitus, chronic kidney disease, heart failure or myocardial infarction. These drugs reduce oxidative stress, mostly efficacious and improve patient compliance. Clinical studies shows that combined treatment of ACE inhibitors and angiotensin receptor blockers lead to reduced mortality and hospital admission for heart failure compared with ACE inhibitor alone. ACE inhibitor drugs are classified into three groups. They are the sulfhydryl containing agents, for example, captopril, which is the first ACE inhibitor. Second one is the dicarboxyl containing agents. Drugs included are the enalapril, ramipril, perindopril, lisinopril, and benazepril. And last one is the phosphonate containing agents, which includes fosinopril and trandolapril. Captopril is the prototype drug in this group, and the other drugs mostly follow the profile of this drug. Pharmacokinetics of ACE inhibitors. Most of the drugs are given orally in the form of tablets. They are prodrugs, means they are inactive by themselves. In liver, they are activated by esterase enzymes. These ACE inhibitor drugs, they are mostly eliminated via kidney. However, there are few exceptions in this case. Like enalapril is given only by intravenous route. Captopril, enalapril, lisinopril are active by themselves, and fosinopril is eliminated by kidney as well as liver. Mechanism of action of ACE inhibitors. Angiotensinogen, which is present in the liver, is converted to angiotensin 1 in the presence of renin, which is present in kidneys. Angiotensin 1 is converted to angiotensin 2 in the presence of enzyme called angiotensin converting enzyme, which is present in the lungs. Angiotensin 2, which is the main component of the renin-angiotensin aldosterone system, is mainly responsible for sodium water retention and elevation of the blood pressure levels. When ACE inhibitors are given, they inhibit angiotensin converting enzyme and which help in reduce synthesis of the angiotensin 2, and this also leads to the accumulation of the bradykinin levels. Uses of ACE inhibitors. First one is the hypertension. We know that angiotensin 2 is responsible for increased blood pressure levels in various ways. So when we give ACE inhibitors, they reduce the synthesis of angiotensin 2 and this help in fall in BP. So these are most first line drugs used in case of a hypertensive patients. These ACE inhibitors, they enhance the insulin sensitivity. They can be used in case of diabetic nephropathy, kidney disease. ACE inhibitors are mostly efficacious in case of the congestive heart failure because of decreased preload and afterload. ACE inhibitors, they reduce mortality when used in case of post-MI patients. Even they also reduce the risk of stroke and death. These are used in case of prophylaxis in case of cardiovascular risk subjects. These are also indicated in case of scleroderma renal crisis, and because of vasodilatory effect they can be used in case of migraine headache. Adverse effects of ACE inhibitors. We can easily remember with the mnemonic captopril, where C stand for cough because of increased bradykinin levels, A for allergy, P for increased potassium levels of proteinuria. These increased potassium levels is mainly seen in case of a renal failure or patient on potassium sparing diuretics. T for taste alteration or dysgeusia. O for edema or angioedema because of increased bradykinin levels. P for photosensitivity. And we can also remember this P, these ACE inhibitor drugs are absolute contraindicated in pregnancy because of fetal toxicity. And next interesting side effect is the renal failure in patients with bilateral renal artery stenosis or stenosis in a single remaining kidney or a heart failure because of decreased glomerular capillary pressure. There is a decreased glomerular filtration rate and thereby renal failure. Indigestion. Indigestion include abdominal pain, bloating, nausea and vomiting, and L for low blood pressure. This low blood pressure is mainly seen in case of patients with high plasma renin activity. You can start therapy with low dose rather than regular dose in such patients to minimize hypertension. Drug interactions of ACE inhibitors. When given with antihypertensive agents like thiazides or loop diuretics, they increases the effect of medication. If patient on potassium sparing diuretics or potassium supplements, they may exacerbate hyperkalemia because ACE inhibitors are known to cause hyperkalemia. If patient on NSAIDs like aspirin, naproxen, ibuprofen or indomethacin, they reduce the antihypertensive effects of medication. In case of digoxin or lithium, they increases the risk of toxicity. If patient on allopurinol, ACE inhibitors increases the hypersensitivity to medication. Contraindications of ACE inhibitors. We can easily remember with the mnemonic PARC, where P stand for pregnancy because of fetal toxicity, A for previous history of allergy or angioedema, R for renal failure with bilateral renal artery stenosis, and K for hyperkalemia if serum potassium levels greater than 5.5 millimole per liter. Precautions include careful blood pressure monitoring with first dose to look for hypertension and monitor liver and renal function tests. Rise in creatinine levels associated with higher risk of end-stage renal disease, myocardial infarction and renal failure. So, ACEI should be discontinued if serum creatinine levels increases by 30%. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe our pharmacology shorts.